They seem to, in some degree, kind of go hand in hand a little bit, especially with the feeling of you have to do this I need to do this the right way, kind of thing. And just like with Tourette's, my OCD was much stronger when I was younger, and then I just like grew up thinking I don't need to do that, and so. So I think Tourette syndrome is usually considered like the actual ticks themselves as well, but that often is accompanied with the feeling that you need to do them a certain number of times or a certain way or whatever. For example, when I had the vocal tic, I felt like I had to do it like there was just like a certain way I had to do it. But if I did like that would be wrong. So I'd have to do it again, and it would like that'd be too high for some reason. It's really weird and honestly kind of funny. I like to kind of laugh about it a little bit, especially now that it is for the most part behind me. I even like to call myself like a jerk face because my face jerks. So anyway, but other examples of OCD for me were, again, the tapping on doors, flipping light switches a certain number of times. There were certain numbers I liked more than others. I liked 17, for example. I liked 1, 3, 7, 11, not 13 because that's unlucky or something. I felt like I had to smile at the mirror, and I even had a way of like justifying it in my mind too. Like there's like another world behind the mirror, and like if I don't do it just right, then there'll be some kind of like punishment or they'll come into the world. It never scared me, and I always knew it wasn't real. But it was a way for me to like justify all these weird things I was doing. Like I was doing all these things because of these people on the other side of the mirror or something like that. It's really weird. And then of course, eventually, I don't know, probably like around middle school age, I'd say, is when I really started like growing out of it, thinking this is silly. I don't need to do these things. And especially with like flipping light switches and tapping on doors. That can annoy other people, and that annoyed me too. And so, just like the more noticeable things and the more, I just kind of stopped. So whenever I see like children like kind of being the same way, like then I know just how it is. You feel like it has to be this, it needs to be this way for whatever reason. I remember one time I was at church, and my family was very good friends with this other family that had a little boy that seemed to have OCD, maybe Tourette's, maybe more OCD because I never saw any like tics on him. Never saw him do any tics, but he did the flipping light switches and things like that. There was the hymn number like ended in 5, and for some reason he didn't like 5. He's like no 5, like hymn number 185 or something like that. Like no 5, I want it 184 or something like that. And he got visibly upset about it, but he calmed down quickly. And so anyway, I laughed to myself. I didn't laugh at him because like he felt adamant about it. That was important to him at the time, and I know that. I look at that. I know how it is.
Well, let's see if there's anything else. Any other stories or any other things?
I guess one more small thing. Sure. This might also have to do kind of more with the OCD type thing. I've also noticed that sometimes OCD is mental for me as well. For example, there have been times where I would like imagine something in my head, maybe a movie scene or something, or whatever, and like I don't know how to. I guess the best way to describe it is like something that happened. Like someone would be skateboarding, and I'd imagine them making a jump or something, and they would biff it. They would just like fall or something like that, and I would think in the scene or what I'm thinking of, he's supposed to actually make it and do some cool trick, but for some reason, like I keep thinking, no, that's not right. That's not right. I need to keep doing it. So even that kind of thing, like mentally visualizing something over and over again until, okay, there we go. That's another kind of thing going along with OCD as well. So it's not always just physical. Sometimes it's mental as well. So